Prince Institute. Exercise 164. Sir Happy Singh. Ready? Start. Sir, there are four maladies from which our public sector and coal fields and other sectors are suffering. There is inefficiency, there is absolute mismanagement, there is corruption, and there is indiscipline. As was rightly pointed out by my honorable friend, there are inefficiency, mismanagement, indiscipline, and corruption. These are the four ills which are plaguing not only the ministry on which you are presiding but also all other public sector undertakings. These are corroding our public life. People are losing faith in the public sector. Sir, what is the use? You are plugging loopholes here and there, exercising minor thrifts here and there. But what about the crores of rupees going down the drain? You do not bother about them. That is not proper. We are, after all, trustees of the poor people of this country. I do not blame a particular government or anything. All of us are trustees of the poor people in this country, and we must take care to see that every pie is properly utilized. That is what Gandhiji used to say. He was very careful about every naya paisa collected and spent. In the same way, every now and then we swear by his name. By the name of Gandhiji, we must be very careful about our public finances. While dealing about coal, I would request the Honorable Minister to do one thing. As you know, the state from which I am hailing is very far away from coal fields. A lot of long haulage is required, and because of that, we do not get the coal supply in time and in proper quantities. So many of our small industries are languishing today, and the powerhouses sometimes pass through very critical times. Therefore, I was suggesting, and it was suggested by the government of Gujarat also, that we must build up storages at various ports in Gujarat. There are so many ports in Gujarat. There is a vast coastline. So many medium ports and big ports are there. These ports should be utilized for coal storage, and from that storage, things can be rushed in time to keep the industries going. I request you most earnestly to consider this proposal, which has emanated perhaps from the Gujarat government, and to send coal by sea to the various ports in Gujarat, which can in their turn pass them on to the needy areas. Now I come to electricity. I have been reading the speeches of the Honorable Minister where he has paid compliments to Maharashtra and Gujarat for their electricity board's performance. He was very critical about the performance of other electricity boards. I am also very much worried about their performance because we have invested a lot of money. Sir, even when it is a seller's market, even when people have to stand in queue for electricity, this sector is making huge losses. How can we account for that? There are so many reasons. As I said about the coal field, so also in the field of electricity, we have to be very careful about management, efficiency, and everything. A suggestion was very nicely put by Mr. Pant that we must hand over these electricity boards to professionals, not to politicians. They are not prized posts, they are not sinecure posts that all politicians should be accommodated on such bodies. We must be very strict. The government of India should be very strict to see that all electricity boards are headed by professionals, technicians who know their job properly. I think he will look after it properly, and he will also see that the gap between capacity and generation is reduced. And after generation, the line loss is there, and 1% of line loss costs us rupees 25 crores. 1% of line loss is costing this poor country rupees 25 crores. Sir, our line losses are the highest in the world. It is nearly 19.7% or so. Perhaps the Honorable Minister knows it better. Now, what amount of wastage is there? I do not say that it can be absolutely free from line losses, but we should try to minimize it. We should also try to minimize the gap between capacity and generation because it is a dead investment if we do not utilize our powerhouses to the best of our ability. Then it becomes a poor investment, a bad investment. So we should try to see that there is optimum generation. Now you also held out a threat that if the state electricity boards do not account properly for their performance, you will take them over. Be careful about such things. Physician heal himself. What about the public sector undertakings which are directly under you? Are you satisfied with their performance? Are you satisfied with the performance in coal? Are you satisfied with all the things for which you are responsible? Can you sincerely agree with these things? Sir, it is a very difficult task to manage them. The electricity boards should be properly presided over by technocrats and professional people and not by politicians.